Hello guys, namaskar, bonjour and welcome back to a new video. And you might have guessed, so in this video I'm going to share how you can use this Visale service for funding your housing in France, accommodation ke liye. So what is it? Visale is a state guarantee service offered by the Action Housing and which also works with cruise accommodation who help for students, interns and basically for funding your housing in France. Now, is it free or you have to pay? Guess what? It is free. Okay, now who all can avail this facility? You might be wondering, like, are we eligible to apply? How do we apply? What are the requirements, etc.? So let's go through the website. As you can see, it is Visale.fr and it is for logement, for accommodation, for housing. So this is in French. I'll just translate it for you and we translate it in English. So as you can see, there is tenant, that is people who are looking for housing, and there are donors. If you want to sponsor or if you want to fund someone's housing, you can do that as well. So what it says is it's a guarantor for your home, and if you are between 18 and 30 years old, or if you are employed over 30 years, then there are some conditions which you have to fulfill, and then you also can apply for this benefit. If you want to see if you are eligible, then we can just go to Je teste mon eligibility. I test if I'm eligible to apply for it, and I take the test. Okay, valid. It is for less than 30, and here it says housing situation. Has the lease been signed? Yes, no. Now, before you move with this step, let me tell you, the main question is when to apply. So do not apply for Visale services after you have signed a contract or a lease or an agreement or moved into an accommodation. You should do beforehand all this thing, and that is very important. Otherwise, that makes no point of utilizing the service. Okay guys, so how do you test your eligibility? You can see housing situation. Has the lease been signed? Of course, and always no. Let's just put a birth date. It's not the same for me, but okay, you put your details, and this is your situation, actual situation. Like, are you a student? Are you doing internship? Or you're looking for a job? You are employed. As you can see, employee, student, work student, trainee, official, including trainee, self-employed or unemployed. Let's say most of us are in a situation of student, work student, trainee, right? So we click on next. So it says, good news, 100% free guarantor is for you. The amount of guaranteed rent changes depends on the income, and for more information they ask us to click there. Now, if we see here, they say that it's not some type of visa for which you have to go to the prefecture or the visa office. It is basically the document which they will provide us with a certificate which we can show to the future or potential landlords or the owners or the proprietors. So as per this result, I can apply for the service. They ask me to open an account. So I do not have an account. I will try this account with you. So please stay tuned with it. And I must change it to English. See, put the password. Okay. How did you get to know by Visale? Word of mouth. I got to know from one of my friend. And are you followed by a rental intermediation organization? No. Create my account. And they have said I have received a verification code. So I got the activation link, the code, and I have put the activation code, and they say that I can now log in. So I'm doing it, and we see what the next thing comes. I don't want to save this. Now what they say, apply for a visa. Again guys, it's not student visa, it is not job visa, it is not talent passport or nothing else. It is just certificate from the Visale service. Okay, we go for apply. Now they say I identify myself. The first step, it allows us to check whether we are eligible. We already did. Now they say you need to take a new home. Have you already signed the lease agreement? We again click no, and then we have to put all these details. how many people are going to sign, one, two, three, or more. If you are two, you can have two. If you are more, you can have, because in France, as I mentioned, if you find a proper place, a proper housing, and they require documents like your visa, if you're working, if you're not working, your college details, etc. And they also ask guarantor. Mostly all the places ask for a guarantor if you go via proper contract instead of just domicile. If you get a contract, if you sign a lease agreement or something, the proprietor will ask you for a guarantor. So this is one of the website which I'm talking, and let's move ahead. As you can see, we move ahead, and then they are asking the current situation. So employee in post, promise to hire, self-employed, unemployed, employee in post, enter the amount, your salary basically. You can see here also they will say enter the gross monthly salary of the last pay slip, blah, blah, blah. So once again we move to the next step, and you have to put all the details here. For example, I have already found accommodation. I'll say no, I didn't. I enter the characteristics. Okay, city, this is mine, and maximum I can pay, let's say 600 euros. Number of rooms, minimum 1, maximum 3. Surface of the property, maybe 34, maximum as much as it can be. And I need semi-furnished, furnished, or student or university residence. And I validate. So here they are telling you that how much rent you can get, etc. You have to check all these details. And there is a document list as well. Activity and replacement resources I will click on. Let's say I am an employee and I get salary. I'll put I get 1200 euros. Work or student studies, you can put it here. Internship, your amount you can put it here. Scholarship students, you have to put your amount here. And then we go to I calculate my rent. Now what they say, given the information I have provided, I am eligible for this, and maximum rent they can cover is 600 euros. And then they tell you to provide the documents, which is your identity proof, current situation, if you are doing a job, a short-term job, or you have a promise of employment. As I said, some employer has told you that they are going to provide you job after 1 month or 2 months, something. If you are a student, you are not working yet, you can provide your student card, internship documents or scholarship documents, and your proof of resources, that for the moment how are you managing your finance. So you have to provide those details. You have to provide here your marital status and the supporting documents here, and proof of resources. If you are doing job, you have to provide your contract and your last payslip, and you validate. For me it will not go because I have not provided documents, but this is all you have to do. For people who are wondering the eligibility, so we can check it here. Do not worry, it's all written on the website. So here is the page where you get the details of who is actually eligible to get this benefit, who can apply for Visale. And do not worry, I'm going to share the link Visale.fr in the description. Do check it. Okay, so as you see, it's written, first it's between 18 and 30 years old. Second is, even if you are above 30, these are the conditions on which you can apply for the service. Okay, next is your accommodation which you are about to find, or you already found one. It can be furnished, unfurnished. So the minimum rent can go from 1500 euros. They can support the France, as you can see, and in other parts of France they can support for 1300 euros. There should be a rental agreement. There should be. That's must. Without it you cannot. People who are applying for domicile, or those who get letter the attestation hébergement, you cannot apply for. So unfortunately I cannot apply for it because I have attestation hébergement letter, so I do not have a proper contract of the house. So guys, the another thing which you would like to see, that how it functions, how much time it takes, etc., all these questions, we can find the answers here. So as you have seen, I was creating my personal space. So there you have to put all your details correctly. You apply, you create personal space, you upload the documents, and you submit. So once you apply, you'll get to know in 2 days, 48 hours, that whether it has been accepted or not. Once it is accepted, you get an email or an SMS on this website, and you can download your document from this personal no from this personal space. Okay, and the last one is, so this says when you have the accommodation, you can see the validity on your certificate, which will be downloaded from this site and which is called visa guaranteed, and this you have to give to the future owner, future landlord or proprietor, and that's how the step is done. That's it. It's very simple, very fast, and you don't have to worry. And the last one, let's talk about why actually we should use it, like the benefits of it. And as you can see, in case, in a month, for 1 month or 2 months, you are unable to pay the rent, this is going to pay your rent. Exactly. That's why it is helpful. The best thing about it is everyone knows about Visale in France. If, for example, if you go and find some place and they ask you for a guarantor, you can tell them that you have a Visale account, or you can open a Visale account, and they will mostly accept it. So that's all for this video, guys. Do check the next video because I'm going to talk about accommodation help, finance help for finding your house in the another video, and I will share another link, another website which can be very useful, and then we will see which one is more good, which one is much better, and which one is more approved by the proprietors here, by the owners, by the landlords here. Okay, so until next time, I say bye, and go and check this Visale website. It's in French, of course, but you can translate, and there are a number of videos which you can see, and yeah, voila. So take care, and until next time, bye bye. Please share, like, comment, and follow this site as well.